Have you ever known beyond a shadow of a doubt that if you could get a meeting with that one certain person, that you'd be able to close that big deal, like the biggest deal of your life, or negotiate the biggest sale of your life, or even get a date with this beautiful, amazing person who you think is out of your league, if you could just get on their radar, if you could just get that first meeting. In fact, before I say even another word, think about that one person who, if you could get a meeting with them, it could change your life or your career or your income. Think about that for a second. Who might that be? Because I'm going to share with you a creative way to get a meeting with anybody. And it's a process that we've used inside of my companies for decades, and it works time and time again. And one of the reasons why I think it works so well is because we keep in mind that no matter what, who we're trying to get a meeting with is a single person, right? It's a human being. What do I mean by that? Well, when I was in the health club industry, I owned this chain of health clubs, and we had a corporate sales team who were responsible for closing deals with large corporations for all their employees. And just one of those deals might generate 40 or 50 or hundreds of gym memberships for us. However, closing that deal meant finding and then creating this relationship with the one person in that company that was the decision maker. And that was almost always the CEO or the owner of the company. It was never the human resource director. It was never the secretary of the CEO. Although those are the two biggest gatekeepers stopping you from getting in front of the one person who you need in order to close that big deal of yours. So our corporate sales team was tasked with three things. Number one, finding the name of the person who's the decision maker in that situation. And then number two, finding out everything they could about that person. And that might be looking on their Facebook page or looking at the LinkedIn profile or finding somebody that they know that we might know also that knows that person personally. And then number three, it was buying them some kind of gift that they see a lot of value in. Not, please hear me when I say, not sending them some kind of stupid little corporate gift with your logo on it. Trust me, I get those literally every week, and they almost always eventually end up in the trash. And I mean, how many pens or calendars or coffee mugs with somebody else's logo on them could you literally keep on your desk? It's a freaking waste. No, to get a meeting with somebody important, you need to get them a gift that means something to them. For example, one of our corporate sales guys was trying to close a deal with a CEO who loved baseball. So we found out who his favorite team was, which was pretty fucking easy because he followed that team on LinkedIn, right? And then we found a way to get a baseball bat autographed by one of the star players on that team. And then we packaged that autographed baseball bat in a large FedEx box, and we mailed it directly to him at his office, along with a letter that was introducing ourselves as a company, right? And it said something like, hey, our health club goes out of its way to know our members and to help them to get the bodies that they want. A corporate membership with our health club is a home run for you and your company. And then we listed all the benefits, including the tax benefits and the health benefits of a corporate membership with us. And then that salesman put his personal cell phone number and his office number and his email address on that letter so that it was super easy for them to get in touch with him. Because so many salespeople get this wrong. They think that they need to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up until they get their foot in the door with a big prospect. But when you get this right, they will call you. So he got that deal. And it was one of the biggest deals of his career with us. But what if you don't know anything about a person and you still need to get a meeting with them? Maybe they don't have a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook page, or you can't find anyone who knows them. Well, in that case, we follow pretty much the exact same process, except we send them a very unique and memorable gift that's amusing. Now, one of the gifts that was one of the most effective for us was a very distinctive and beautiful square tin can. And our sales reps would purchase a big bag of jelly beans and put all of the jelly beans into that tin can except for the red ones. And once all the jelly beans were in there except for the red ones, they would take one red jelly bean and they'd put it right in the center of all the other jelly beans. And then they'd seal it shut, and again, they would package it in a giant FedEx box and send it to the person who they really wanted to meet with. And they would include a letter that said something like, hey, we know it's difficult to find a good quality health club for your employees. In fact, in today's world, all health clubs are starting to look the same, but they are not. And the results and the professionalism and the personalized service you get from finding the right health club for your employees, it's like finding the one red jelly bean in the pack. And then we'd go on in that letter and list some of the benefits of being a membership, a member at our health club. And we'd send that directly to the decision maker in that company. Now, here's a few things that I really want you to realize. Either one of those techniques are powerful, but they will not work unless the person you're sending the package to actually gets the package, which is why we always send the package using a big delivery service, not just regular mail. That's huge. You have to understand that. And we always put the gift into an oversized box because the more personalized and important and large you can make this delivery, the more likely the receptionist is going to think, that's so important. I better get this to the CEO fast. And I promise you that when the CEO walks into their office and they see a giant box on their desk, they're going to temporarily forget everything else that's going on in their life, and they're going to open up that box. And if you chose the gift properly and you make it very easy for that person to contact you, then that person's going to reach out. You see, if you know anything about me, or you've seen any of my other videos on YouTube or my posts on Instagram, then you know that closing big deals and growing your sales and scaling your business, it's more about thinking outside the box and getting creative than it is about busting your ass and working 20 hours a day while sacrificing your family and your health and your freaking social life. Now, if you agree with that, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and forward it to somebody on your team or to a friend so that they can grow too.